So, the master of the macabre, the father of the modern horror story, well-earned accolades, but I did something else along the way that a lot of people seem to forget. So, here's a little quiz. Who here in this room of very educated and clearly extremely well-read adults and students remembers reading my story of the murders in the Rue Morgue? You can raise your hand high. Oh, good. A mixed response. At least I have that. Wonderful. Sometimes it's even less. So that's fine. That's fine. So many people are introduced to my works in grade school. Who was I writing for? Adults. But my works are introduced nowadays to children because they're so carefully written. I wrote prose like poetry. Every word matters. Every punctuation mark matters. So clearly written that they're used to ease young readers into more advanced literature. But I was writing for adults. And while I was in New York, I finished a poem that I've been working on for around 10 years. The Raven. It published for, in those days, $7, which was a week's rent. That wasn't bad at all. But it was immediately popular, and it republished over and over and over and over again. And I received almost no money from those republishings. To do that, you have to have a lawyer, and we couldn't afford a lawyer. But with the fame that brought in, I knew that success was just around the corner. And eventually, I was asked to do exactly what I'm doing tonight, which is first to appear in private homes, and in salons, and then do public readings to talk about my theories of poetry, of course to read The Raven. And at one time in Boston, to a crowd of around 1,000 people at the Athenaeum, that's how popular that poem was. I was well known prior to that for being a literary critic and being an up-and-coming young poet, but after The Raven, I was world famous. But for right now, we'll just finish up with some poetry and then we'll get to the questions. No problem at all. Oh, Annabelle Lee. Perfect. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love. I and my Annabelle Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And that was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind came out of the cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, would envy her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, could ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars never rise that I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in a sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. Thank you.